Hey, Dave Paulides, Canammissing Project, a copyrighted edition for our video page. We're on location in just outside of Bend, Oregon. What you're looking at on the mountain at the far left is the south sister of the Three Sisters, and there are a series of mountains outside of Bend. And in June 17th, 2001, 45-year-old man from Bellevue, Washington, Corwin Osborn. This is Corwin right here. Corwin was originally from the East Coast, and he moved out here in '85 for the hiking challenges that he wanted to pursue. He was an interesting guy. He was a super athlete. He could run 40 miles a day, and he could climb 40 miles a day. On June 17th, his dad, in his 70s, dropped him off at the Devil's Lake trailhead about 3 miles from where I'm standing right now. Now the view that you have shows a series of the sisters. The biggest one at the far left is the south sister. The one in the middle is the middle sister. The one on the far right with snow on it, that's the north sister. And then the mountain over here to the far right, the ugly looking brown one, that's a butte. The butte's about 9,000 feet. The south sisters at 10,300, and the middle and the north sisters are just a shade above 10,000. Now to do all three of those summits in one day would be a super feat, but Corwin thought he could do it. And he told his dad at 6 a.m. on June 17th that he would be picked up at 9 p.m. that night. And he would time himself. If he didn't finish all three, that wasn't an issue. He was just going to meet his dad then. Well, at 9 p.m., he didn't show up. And the next day, his dad called search and rescue. And what started off as one of the biggest search and rescues for its time here in Deschutes County. And they brought in 250 search and rescue professionals from throughout the state of Oregon. And then they brought in Air Force to fly the area with FLIR. Well, during that time, right after Corwin disappeared, the weather got exceptionally cold here. So right behind me, right there, not a mile away, is Mount Bachelor, a famous ski resort outside of Bend. Gets a lot of snow around here, a lot. And when it got cold, it really shut down the search and rescue. Now, it's been almost 20 years, and nothing about Corwin has ever been found, which is strange because Corwin had with him a large reflective blanket, like the kind the astronauts used to carry. And he knew if he got in trouble that would keep him warm. He also brought with him a day's supply of food and water. So he was well prepared. He was described as super smart. He was living at the time in Bellevue, Washington, and he and his dad made that trek down here. Now when he disappeared, his brother and his dad came out from the East Coast. They lived in Philadelphia and Washington, D.C. And they were very frustrated, but they were very appreciative of the search efforts that Deschutes County and all the search and rescue people made. There were a lot of posters all over this area for weeks about Corwin. We just went up to the trailhead. There's nothing there about any missing people, even though there are many missing people from the Central Oregon region. Now, the sisters are famous in this part of the area because they're a site that you can see from Bend, which is where we're staying. And you wake up in the morning and it's just this crystal clear sky, and on the skyline are these three peaks that are just epically gorgeous. Now, it would be very hard being Corwin's dad, getting back on the plane and leaving your son behind in these mountains thinking, okay, in the next year, somebody's going to find him. Well, as the years have gone by and the summers have gotten hotter and the glaciers have gotten smaller, the thought would have been that by now somebody would have found Corwin. And the truth is, nobody's found him. Nobody's found anything from him. And that's very hard to believe. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spin you around and give you a close-up of some of these sites and let you see for yourself. So, first one is, this is the South Sister. Now, something I'm going to tell you what happened is that when he was dropped off at 6 a.m., this is the first mountain he went to summit. They had a witness that said that they saw Corwin just below the summit at near 7 a.m. It's 6.1 miles round trip from the trailhead to the summit and back. So he had made it just about 3 miles in less than an hour, which wouldn't have been anything spectacular. But to see him up there and then to know, okay, he summited, but then something happened after that. Obviously, he would have gone to the middle summit after making the south summit. So, there's the middle summit. The middle sister. A little more jagged of a peak, a little more challenging of a hike. But an epically gorgeous place nonetheless. So, just the facts. The south summit, 10,363 feet. The middle summit, 10,052. The north, 10,090. They're the third, fourth, and fifth largest peaks in Oregon. So these were originally volcanic peaks that haven't blown in 2,000 years. And the theory from the U.S. Forest Service, this is the North Summit, is that they aren't going to blow again even though they are monitored. And then this is the Butte. Butte's kind of a rugged place. I've been sitting here looking at it. It's pretty it's gorgeous, but it's brutal. There you go, good view of that. So, again, Corwin Osborn, 45 years old, outstanding physical condition, left the Devil's Lake Trailhead in Oregon, and as everybody knows, I've talked about Devil a lot in my books. And Devil's Lake sits right next to the trailhead. It's kind of a lime green lake, gorgeous, pretty, clear. It was last seen by his dad June 17th, 2001 at 6 a.m., but last seen by a witness just before 7 a.m. that day. Now what you're going to see from me over the next few videos is I'm kind of doing a cross-country trip here, and if you look right above the Butte here, you're going to see something that some of you will recognize. It goes right across the sky. We have quite a few of them around here. But anyhow, back to the south sister. Taking a cross-country trip here, and we're trying to get to some locations where these people have disappeared, understand them, kind of relay the story to you by being on scene. And I know I was in the silo a lot the last month, but going to try to get outside for you and give you some of the locations that 411 victims have gone missing. So if you can do me a favor, give me a thumbs up on the video, and please put it on social media. Again, this is one of those locations where if you had a personal locator beacon that was constantly transmitting, we'd know where Corwin was last seen. And if he was alive and he could have activated it, then we'd know where he was exactly. That's why I tell everybody, carry a personal locator beacon. If you know a hunter or a climber that likes to go out alone, it's probably the best gift in the world you could give them. So I will see you soon from another location in the western U.S. Have a great week.